you have a educator who comes in and they're wearing something that's totally inappropriate. What happens is the director will say, well, now we need a policy that says you can't wear this,
Yeah.
that. So now we have a policy that goes out to everyone on the team. And I had a mentor, he's a friend of mine for many, many years, who used to tell me, don't punish the innocent. You're fighting this problem by swinging the policy hammer, when in
Right.
reality, what you need to do is have a difficult conversation with that one person.
With one
Is that, hey,
person.
that's not what we do. Well,
Yeah.
the way that we show up is like this. And when you have that conversation, even though it's difficult, you are asserting the cultural DNA of your team. When we
Yeah.
show up to work, these are the 5 things we're doing and thinking. When you're including them in the team, and you're saying,
Yeah.
when we operate
Right.
with a standard that's like this. And you're
Yeah.
asking them to rise to a bar of quality. You're asking them to participate in the culture of the organization. And to me, that is a much more useful and fruitful conversation. But instead, most organizations, most directors and leaders will hide behind the policy hammer.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what I'm trying to get at when I'm saying, like, if we identify the emotion that we're having,
Right.
we'll know the path and we'll know the decision. Because that emotion happens and we don't realize that we're afraid of having the conversation. And we just think that the answer is to create a new policy. Then we end up with an organization with a ton of policy around it. What do we call a ton of policy around an organization? Bureaucracy. And now we end up in this
Yeah.
weird feedback loop of, like, we partially solved it, so it kind of worked. And so now we keep swinging the
Yeah.
policy hammer until we have this web of bureaucracy that makes people
Yeah.
want to never work there. So, like, to
Yeah.
me, if we can say to ourselves, I have to do this thing that I don't want to do,
Yeah.
and then we go figure out how to do it,
Yeah.
that is going to be way more productive. To me, that's the power of, like, diving into the emotions and connecting it to the behavior.